Thank you very much. Gita.
3, 2, 1, start!
Okay, sorry, I don't have slides, I don't have a fireplace. This was mostly written at 4 o'clock last night. And I'm really fucking nervous talking about this, but I think it's really important to talk about. It's something I've seen in a lot of other people. I've heard a lot of other people talking about it. I think more importantly, I've heard a lot of people not talking about it. And mostly I felt it in myself in a very great degree. So why do we make games? It's because we are all passionate, we fucking love games. You know, they're the perfect confluence of technical and creative and art and like just things I love. But also, why do we make indie games? And I think if we really examine that, we make indie games because for the first time ever, it's been possible to get recognition for making games. You know, and if I really ask myself, you know, I want to make a successful indie game so that the world will know who I am and that I will mean something and I'll be worthy. And to be really honest, like, you know, I'm making Cadence and I'm in a really weird place with Cadence right now. We're about to run out of money for the second time. You know, I've been working on the game for a year now, and we're like 400,000 rand down, and it's like, well, we're at the point now where like, it's do or die. Like, those are the options. Like, either we succeed and we make our money back, or else we fail. Like, those are the options. There's no like, work on another game, we're invested, and we're on the line. And when you're in that place with the game, to come here and get praise for the game, it's weird. Like, you know, I'm like, this game is like, I'm freaking out about it, and people are like, oh yeah, man, this game's awesome. And I'm really fucking grateful for that. Like, that's been a huge thing for me, where it's like, you know, okay, yeah, people do like my game. That's weird. Why do I not want to watch people play the game? Why am I like so over this game that I'm just like, oh, I can hear it. Why, no. But you know, it's been awesome, and I'm so grateful for that. So I think the thing is, you know, that's not just my story. You know, my story is like a small scale that happens everywhere. And there's been a lot of stories like Alexander Bruce, Antichamber, Davey from like Stanley Parable, where it's, you know, they made mega fucking successful games and they still like felt crap about themselves. And I think the point is that if you have demons, success won't feed those demons. And that's something I'm really trying to learn and trying to take to heart. And I think the reason why we experience that is because there's these stories that we tell ourselves. So right now, my story is, I don't have a successful commercial game. And, you know, that's just my story on where I am in the journey right now. And I think for a lot of other people, like especially students, or, you know, I'm not a real game designer, I'm just a student. I'm not a programmer, I don't do real games. You know, I'm not an artist, I'm not talented. I'm a girl, I'm not a guy. Or, you know, there's just so many things that you can use to exclude yourself. And quite honestly, when I arrived, you know, I felt like an outsider. And it was like, all these people from Europe, and they all know each other, and I arrived a day late, and everyone had already met each other, and I was like, whoa, you know? And the thing about those stories is you can rewrite them. And, you know, I had to like take a step back and say, no, these people are here, and they're amped to meet me as well. And I think that's a huge thing for, you know, people I see around the periphery, and I see them, and like, you know, they're standing in the circle, and people are talking about games, and they're keeping quiet. And I think that's the thing about feeling like an outsider, is that you shut up, and you keep quiet, and you want to be invisible. And that's like the worst thing when you have that feeling, because then you don't solve it, and it just eats you up. Yeah, got a minute left.
1 minute.
So, like, okay, I'm going to talk about Danny now, like, and I'm just using Danny because I know he can totally take it, and he's awesome. So Danny, if you don't know him, if you're not in the Cape Town scene, like Desktop Dungeons, he's the most fucking enthusiastic person about games I've ever met. Like, the dude eats, breathes, and shits games. I don't know how he does it. And like, the thing is, like, Danny a lot of times, like, dude, I love you, but you kill me with imposter syndrome. Like, I'll hear Danny say something, you know, it's about 30 seconds. Experiences I haven't had access to, so it's like, yeah, I was at this festival, hanging out with this guy, making this game that I haven't even heard of the game. I'm like, whoa, who am I? You know, I haven't heard about this amazing game. And I think the thing for me is that the way we overcome this is to realize you're not alone. There's other people feeling exactly the same way that you're feeling. And, you know,
Cool.
make games, have fun.
That was a very, very personal talk. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you.